I can already guess what you guys are thinking, but why though? Like, why name a video saying something like, where did the fun go? Or, it's been fun? Or, I actually haven't decided what to call this video yet, but I'll work it out later. This probably won't be uploaded till around tomorrow anyways. As you guys probably know, it's been 2 years since I first started this channel. And from the very beginning, I didn't know exactly what the theme of my channel would be. Like, I know I started out with ASMR and vlogs and stuff, but ASMR wasn't my first priority. Like, I got into it just because I enjoyed listening to it so much at bedtime because it helped me with my insomnia. So I thought I'd do it too, and I fell in love with it. And I can tell you now, I'm really glad I got into it. It really helped me improve my voice acting a lot, and I'm really hoping that might prepare me for some of the lessons I'm going to be doing in college next year. But I know what you guys are here for. You're not here to talk about the fun stuff or anything like that. You're here to wonder, like, what the flip I meant in that title, or what I'm trying to say right now. I'm guessing some of you are probably clicking off this video already, but if you want to, I don't care anymore, because that's somewhat of what I'm trying to explain. First off, I want to tell you guys how I've been doing over the past month. Like, my family's been pretty messed up lately, and a new thing has come up that has really got under my skin. My mom has these relatives who, I'm just gonna say it, they're broke. They live in a van, and we offered, hey, we have a trailer we don't use, so want to come live near us? And they agreed, because they've been wanting to live near us for a while, but never had a reason to. And my older sister, she's grown up and has her own kids, she offered to let them use their backyard to plant the trailer. And that's where they've been living for the past couple weeks. And it's been really fun getting to know them. Like, they're really nice people. They smoke, which I don't approve of, but they're really nice. And he's a really, really good handyman. I'm not going to give out his name because he's starting his own handyman business. He's actually going to be promoting it over the summer. It's not going to be a worldwide thing. It's only going to be in my town and a few towns over, too. But, again, I don't want to just name drop him. I'll just call him Dan? Like, does that name fit him? Dan? Well, I already said it, so I'm just gonna call him Dan. So, anyway, Dan has been a huge help around our house lately. Like, if you guys don't know this, our house is 100 years old. It's been renovated and remodeled more times than I could count before we moved here. And it had a lot of cracks and creases that needed filling, and he's been there to help us a lot of the way. It was really nice knowing them. But this is where the sad part comes in. Like, one of my sister's neighbors complained about their trailer being there, and it turns out that they're not allowed to do that. Like, she's allowed to have the trailer in the back, but they're not allowed to sleep in it. And the sad part is, they don't have anywhere else they could go, and now they have this trailer they can't use. So, my sister's letting them move inside her house. It's a small house, but a lot of her kids are moving out, because they're grown up now. So, just trying to make a room for them. And I feel like that's a good thing, but they eat a lot because, well, they're fat. And because they're fat, like, they go through food a lot, and they had to get more food a lot recently. Like, they're not struggling in any way, at least my sister's not, but my mom's relative and his daughter, who's also grown up, it worries me, because I don't know what will happen to them if more thing goes wrong. So that was another thing that's been added on to my mental health lately. The other things have really been just overall how other things are doing. Like, my mom's 64. She's old. I was adopted. She adopted a lot of kids over the years. Kids who didn't have good families or didn't have homes or were disabled. She saved me from a much worse fate, because, like I said before in my past videos, I never knew my birth mom. She was an alcoholic. She was underage. No one knows who my dad was, because it was one of those incidents. So, it's all because of that, and that's why I'm disabled, and that's why I don't function correctly like a normal person. So, I'm forever grateful for Mom for taking me in. I do want to know my birth mom, but no one knows where she is anymore, and I think it's probably for the best. But with that, my mom I'm currently with is getting old. She doesn't remember a lot of things as well. She doesn't process a lot of things as well. And that made it a lot harder for her to deal with my disabled sister and my twin, who's been pretty rotten spoiled for a while. I feel like I should probably be changing my facial expression, but I don't want to reach my screen just because I want to make this sound serious. I want you guys to really understand what I'm saying. Mom just says the same thing over and over again. She says that once my brother turns 18, he'll leave. Like, he's saying he'll leave to go for a boyfriend. I just realized I said that wrong, but originally, my brother was a trans man. Then he decided, nope, I'm a woman still. So he went back to being a woman, but he still prefers to be called his boy name for some reason. So I constantly get his gender mixed up. But I don't give an F about that anymore, just because of how much I don't give an F about him no more. He's not the same brother, or twin, whatever I knew for my whole life. And I'm also looking forward to him leaving, because I honestly don't think Mom could handle much more. Another thing added on to my mental health. And a lot of other things compete with that. Like how I've been not as interested going outside as I usually am. And that makes me feel like I'm being, like I'm insulting the Therian community. My wolf self always begs to be let go sometimes. But when I want to go outside, I just can't. It just doesn't feel as magical anymore. I've seen the same old town, same old yard, same old park. I just don't feel it. And my asthma, it's gotten worse than it ever has been since I was a kid. So another reason why it's hard for me to go outside. When I go outside with my case manager, we usually get to go into town and go to the state park or the forest park, which is just a nature trail thing. And those places I feel happy going outside. I just don't get why it's there and not in my hometown. That made me feel like maybe I'm paying my hometown. I have to say goodbye to it next year after I leave for college, and I don't know how often I'll be able to visit. This is the place I grew up in. Knowing that I probably won't see it again soon, it sucks. I kept all these feelings bottled up for a long time, and eventually I decided to tell my therapist, or counselor, or whatever. And I also told her about how I'm considering quitting YouTube just because I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with all this drama and all my video ideas, because a lot of them I never get around to doing. It just didn't feel fun anymore. But then she asked me something that gave me a whole new perspective on what I've been doing for a long time. She asked me, why did you start YouTube? And I told her, I just want to know what it's like to have a channel. I watched so many channels growing up that inspired me, and I just want to know what the feeling is of being a content creator and inspiring others. And then she asked, are you happy with it? Like with what we're doing? And I thought, was I happy? Like, what videos I was currently doing made me happy? A lot of my videos, they did. But a lot of other things, I feel like I only did for views and nothing else. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that most of the videos that I was happy making, or excited making, they made me smile, whether they had a bunch of views or not. A lot of them did, but some of them didn't. And I realized at least 2 of my videos that had a bunch of love, they didn't make me smile when I watched back on them. And that was one of the reasons I was considering quitting, just because I didn't feel this excitement anymore. But what she said, it made me realize a whole different thing. That I feel like I should have realized from the beginning. What's the point of owning a channel if the content you create doesn't make you happy, or you're not enjoying creating? From the very beginning, or at least from the very start, I tried to make content that I was happy with, or was happy making, or excited making, even. But eventually, I grew to only wanting more subscribers, more people to watch me. Because the more subscribers I got, and the more likes I got, and more views I got, it made me feel more like I was someone. I was always the lone wolf at school. Everyone who knew I was a furry or Therian, most of them made fun of me. But when I got into the theater class and got to communicate with a lot of new kids, I built strong friendships with them. I really consider them all to be my best friends. But they're a grade behind me, so when I go to college, they'll still be at high school. And I don't know if I'll see them again after that. So looking at my subscribers, then looking at my friends, I felt like that I wouldn't have to worry about losing anyone because they know I do important stuff. So, after my counselor asked me that, I replied, the stuff I want to do that makes me happy, I don't think people will watch. But then she said, what's the point of making it if it doesn't make you happy? It's your channel. Shouldn't you enjoy it? Was I enjoying it? Or was I just trying to get famous like Mr. Beast? Did he enjoy making the content he created? Or did it do it just so he could become famous and sell chocolate bars? I thought about that conversation all through the afternoon. And it kept bugging me for an entire week. And that's when I decided I'll try something that makes me happy. So I made the first episode of the Toodle Hour, which was a fictional puppet show I originally created as a campfire story back for Boy Scouts. Because, well, I found my mom's old puppets, and I found my green screen, which I somehow lost, and oddly enough, it was shoved underneath my dresser. I'm not sure how it got there. But anyway, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try this. I had no script written. I literally just made it up as I went. And watching back on it, it made me happy. Like, I genuinely felt like it was something that was spooky and silly at the same time. I was going for "Don't hug me, I'm scared" vibes. Because that was always one of my favorite controversial puppet show things ever. I really enjoy content that has mystery surrounding it, that kind of leaves the viewer wondering how they could solve it. That's why I'm a huge Gravity Falls fan. And after that video was up, it barely got any views at all, I felt like, okay, maybe this is a sign, maybe I shouldn't make stuff like this, but I thought back to what my counselor said. If it makes me happy, then I shouldn't fight it because no one else does. So then I created a short where I finally got out my ventriloquist dummy. I know he's Howdy Doody, but I named him Mr. Wood because he's my favorite Goosebumps character. And he kind of looks like Mr. Wood, honestly. Yeah, I think he kind of looks like him. And I made a small skit thing. That was a real magic book, by the way. I saw it at Barnes & Noble's. I've always been interested in the history of witches, so I thought, you know what, why not? I got 20 bucks, I'll buy it. And it's a pretty good read. I doubt anyone else who likes religion and stuff would like it, but I really think it explains a lot of stuff about witches that I think would clear up a lot of controversy. After I made my shorts, I laughed at it. I felt like it was a truly new accomplishment for me. I haven't done my ventriloquist talent in a while, and this is the first time I actually filmed it, and it looked better than I thought it did when I was actually performing it. Like, I generally could not see my mouth moving, and I always thought it was vibrating or something when I did the throwing voice thing. So, after those 2 videos, I couldn't help but wonder, am I even happy with my channel? I don't want to give it up, and I won't give it up. But what I am giving up is making it a full-time career. Some YouTubers, they make it to a full-time career by becoming successful, but if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't think I could ever reach that same level that Mr. Beast, Unspeakable, Sarah Grace, or any of those others have reached. They come from more wealthy families, they have more experience than I am, and they've been doing it for far longer than I have. So, if I lose subscribers, if I gain subscribers, if I get likes, if I get death threats even, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna make stuff that makes me smile. And I'm looking for... I feel guilty saying this because a lot of you might find it offensive. A whole real career. Because I like voice acting. I could be a voice actor, which is one of my goals. And surely my channel could help me with that with my ASMR roleplays, showing my voice talents, but maybe it could help other people come see me, and who knows, maybe it could lead somewhere. Or my books on Wattpad. Like, I've had the most fun writing on Wattpad than I have in a long time because I actually got around to uploading stuff instead of just typing it and thinking I'll upload it later, but never doing it. I gotta be honest, it felt more fun than YouTube, finally getting my work out there. So, my careers, being an actor, or performing arts altogether, and writing, I think that I shouldn't just rely on luck to help me take me there, just by filming a bunch of videos and hoping someone would pick me up. It's like my friend at the library said, who published her book, which I was really jealous of. She said, you shouldn't wait for someone else to publish it for you. If you want it to be out there, you need to pick it up yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, the book I currently want to publish isn't done yet. It's nowhere near done. Like, I'm not even halfway through the story, and I wrote 8 chapters so far. Like, the longest story I've written was my Hell of a Boss fanfiction. It literally has 200 pages so far. And I can't publish that because it's not my work. Hell of a Boss is not my show. So that one's staying on Wattpad. But Silent Hope, that one I'm working on. So, what now? Do I just say, hey, goodbye, thank you for watching? Do I say, stay tuned for more? What do I say in this circumstance? I'd say, gonna see more of Moonstone. The Moonstone that tried to be buried away in hopes that no one would find out and judge him. I created this channel to make a difference, so I could find my voice, so I could find out who I am, and I think I have. What content will I be creating from now on? Still some role plays, still other videos like that, but more often, videos that make me happy, and I think are part of who I am. Well guys, there's nothing more I have to say. If you guys think I'm weird or think this is cheesy, then I understand. But when I look back on this, when I do reach my career someday, I'll know that this channel has helped me and that supporters like you kept me going. So, thank you so much for all these subscribers. Thank you much for watching me. I'm hoping I could still be around to inspire you more. And you'll see me a lot more. Not as often, but the real me a lot more. Well guys, that's all for today's video. And I have one thing left to say. Thank you for everything. But until we meet again, my precious pepperonis, peace. See you later. Bye. Stay possum.